Okay, this is your tripod, right? The way that you use this, these little flaps open and it extends. The way that I like to do this, I hold it upright like this, and I hold them and just pull them all the way down. And then on the second one, I do the same thing. So I'm holding it and just extending them till it's about the right height. What you want to do with this, and then I extend it out and set it up. You want, when you're sitting down, you want this portion of it to be eye level with the person that you're sitting down with. So you want to make sure that the camera is on eye level with the person you're interviewing. So sit the person down in a chair and have the tripod be eye level with them. You also, when you're interviewing someone, instead of having them in the center of your frame like this, you want to put someone on one side of the camera, on one side of the picture, looking towards the other side, right? So if I'm on this side, you don't want to have me looking this way. That's kind of weird, right? I'm all of a sudden talking to the side of the screen. Instead, have me on one side talking into the frame. Or I can be on this side talking into the frame. The way you get someone to look in a certain place is you sit where you want them to look, because whoever you interview is going to be looking at you, okay? So that's how you set this up. When you need to collapse it, pull it up. So this pulls out like this pulls up. You can flip it back upside down. And then I just like to open all of these things and push them all in, and then open all of these and push those in as well. Great. We have the camera. I'm just gonna talk you through it. This is the camera, right? Okay, to turn it on to the video, we're gonna make sure that this knob is at M. So you see how the line is where M is? And then you're gonna turn that all the way to video, and you're gonna see it on the back of your screen. Right now it's black because I have the lens cap on. So I actually need to take this little lens cap off. Okay? And now I can see through the screen. I'll go over here so I can look over there, okay? On the side of your camera, there are these AF to MF. AF is autofocus, MF is manual focus. You might wanna just move it over to AF so that it autofocuses. This will allow you to look at something and it will just go ahead and focus, make it in focus. The problem is when you're interviewing, it might change. So maybe when you get ready, I'm pressing this button to focus it, right? It's getting in focus. Once you get it focused, you might wanna set the focus and then move it back to manual focus so that it stays in the focused area where you want it to stay. Just make sure that it's actually in focus. All right, so that is how you're gonna focus. Over here on the menu, on your camera, you wanna scroll. I'm using this to scroll through. So make sure you go to movie recording size. You're gonna use this button in the middle, set, to select it. And you wanna make sure you're recording on FHD 2997. So basically this is 30 frames per second, okay? And press set. The reason this matters is because 30 frames per second, your shutter speed has to be at least twice that. So down here, this is my shutter speed. I pressed this button to just go back to the screen where I'm getting ready to record, right? Okay, it's a little off focus, so I'm gonna just move this back and get it to focus. So I'm gonna get it to autofocus so it's focused, right? This down here needs to be at least twice. So it needs to actually just be twice. So you're just gonna set your shutter speed to be 60, which is twice the 30 frames per second. And then all of this, you can make it darker or brighter, ISO. Whoop. You can set your ISO to make it brighter or darker, whatever you'd like. And then when you're ready to record, you're gonna go ahead and press this button here. And you wanna record on your camera and your lens hopper at the exact same time. Okay, great. The other thing that you should remember is that you're gonna try to use a tripod during your interview. So definitely use a tripod as you're setting up your interview. And if you are shooting B-roll, still use a tripod. So if you're filming someone that's sitting still, or you're filming the building or a house, make sure that you're using a tripod, because if you use your hands, it's gonna be pretty shaky. Your video is gonna be pretty shaky if you use your hands. So try to use a tripod. Try to stabilize it in some way. On these, you have this strap. One way to stabilize it is to put this on your neck and to pull, and that allows it to be a little bit more stable than if you were just like holding this and trying to allow it to shake. So holding that and kind of pulling will allow it to be a lot more structured. All right, just make sure that you film enough of your B-roll, and make sure that when you're doing your interviewer is in a chair and you are also in a chair, and your camera is on eye level, so that everybody is looking eye level and it looks, yeah, they're good to go. And don't make someone look directly into the camera. You want them actually to be looking at you, and you'll probably be on the side of the camera. It looks a little bit disorienting when someone's looking straight into the camera. It looks a little bit disorienting, like you're looking exactly at them. So we don't really like to do that. All right, enjoy.